We're excited to get out there and compete. Outside of the All-Star match and a few exhibitions. Well, I guess we had a match. We had a lot of our guys competed last weekend. This is our first duel of the season. So, yeah, we're ready to get going.
What's the interest mean to the program when you go into a season knowing it's already sold out?
Well, it's telling us we need to get a bigger arena. But we're excited about that. The support's great, and I think it comes down to these guys wrestling a style that's fun to watch and wrestling with personality and competing with great intensity and just making Penn State wrestling and Pennsylvania wrestling fans proud.
What did you see from the guys who traveled to the All-Star last week? What was that experience like for them?
It was a good experience for them. It's very early, obviously. We set our schedule up with a purpose, and so that was kind of a last-second adjustment to throw that in there. It pushed those guys to get ready a little bit quicker and to get ready for a big match. So that's a good thing. It's just you got to take everything into account when you're looking at the year-long plan. But it was a fun match. It was a great event, and I think it was a sold-out event in Washington, D.C., which is that's a great thing.
What did you see at the 133 spot during the course of preseason practice, and then talk about Jordan Conaway specifically?
Well, Jordan's been doing an incredible job, really, just outstanding, and he's just a great, hard-working, hard-nosed, great athlete, tough kid, and he's doing very well. He's continued to improve, and as we saw in the wrestle-off, the public wrestle-off, he finished some shots very quickly on Martellotti, who's very difficult to finish on unless you do it right away. So that just tells me and our staff that he's a quick learner, and he understands the sport, and that's a good thing.
You have guys returning as national champions. What do you do in the off season to add things to your arsenal when you've won a national championship?
Well, a lot of that comes down to the individual and their drive and making sure they know, just exactly what their purpose is long term. Are they preparing to be Olympic champions? Are they want to be multiple champions? Do they want to make progress in what way? Because it's very important they have an understanding why and what they're doing. So and I think our guys know what they want. They want to make progress. They want to do better than they did the year before. And there's not a lot of two-time national champions. There's even that being said, a lot of athletes don't repeat. So you've got to want it just as bad as you did the first one, and you have to attack it and with the same mentality and approach as you did the first one, and just have fun doing it.
What are you looking forward to about having Matt Brown in the lineup every night?
Well, he's very consistent, and he's a goer. He's a guy that we want people when they think about Penn State wrestling. He's a guy we want to come to mind just because of the way he wrestles and the way he represents the school and the university. He's going to compete for 7 minutes, and his opponents, they're going to have to wrestle every second, and that's what we want.
What have you seen from Quentin Wright, new weight class this year? What was his off season like to get ready for that?
Well, Quentin had a busy off season. He got married, and I know he's real happy. And just moving up really wasn't that big of a deal for him because he's such a big kid. He's got such a big frame, and he's in a position where he can continue to get stronger as the season goes. Where that's not going to be the case for most of the wrestlers in the nation. So look to him to continue to improve. But he's skill wise, he's he's a national champion 2 years ago. He's an All-American 3 years ago. I don't know when he was a true freshman, then he redshirted. So he knows how to wrestle, and he's very good in all positions. And it's really it's just his choice. Does he want to dominate this year? He absolutely can.
Finally, your thoughts on the heavyweight spot. What did you see from those two guys during the preseason?
Well, we're very excited about both of their potentials. Gingrich he's a size bigger than he was last year. He's a lot stronger, and he's just understanding wrestling more, which just comes from experience. And he's doing well. He just won a tournament last weekend up in Binghamton. And Lawson's a kid who's been off the mat for 2 years and had only wrestled in high school before that. So he's very raw. Still has a lot of learning to do, but he's a great athlete. They're both great athletes, and so they've been pushing each other a lot. I think as soon as Lawson came in, I feel like Gingrich started really pushing himself even more, and and that's a good thing. So that competition, between the two of them, whoever comes out on top is going to be ready to score some points, and that's what we need.
Heading into the season, I feel pretty good. Sometimes it's kind of hard to like go back and feel the way that you felt the year before. Like last year, like I was wondering how I felt before that season. It's kind of hard to recollect on that moment. But coming into this season now, like I feel pretty fine actually. I actually feel like I'm healthy. Everything works. Nothing's hurt. Nothing's broken, sprained.
As a national champ now, what drives you? What drives you heading into another season?
As a national champ, it drives me into another season is being a national champ again, of course. Also, seeing more kids with their hair dyed. That was something that really actually picked up my mood a lot. I'm hearing a lot of people. I actually just did something like that just for fun, and I'm hearing people, hey, this kid just went out and dyed his hair just like you did. And my mom's showing me pictures. I see a kid on the podium, somebody be in third place, somebody's in first place, and they both have their hair dyed. Stuff like that kind of drives me. Because, you really understand that the fans are standing behind you.
What are you looking forward to about this season, and Friday night for that matter, getting out there and wrestling somebody else?
I look forward to having tough matches. I'm a guy who likes to go out on the mat. I like those rough, tough, grinding matches. Those are the matches that really kind of sums up a wrestler. It kind of tells you what that wrestler is, who that person is, and who's going to be when he gets on the mat, when he leaves the mat, when he gets back on the mat. That's the matches that I look forward to.